Good morning and welcome back to your weekend unboxing here on Gaming with ADHD, where we take a look inside a game that's new to me. Maybe it's been out for a while, maybe it's something that's brand new on the market. Just kind of depends on what's caught my interest recently. But today we're going to be taking a look at Star Clicker. This was released in 2021 by Ludonaute and is from the same creator as Colt Express, Christophe Rimbault, which I'm probably messing up because it's French and I'm not good with French pronunciations, so I do apologize to him. But Colt Express is one of my wife's favorite games, so when we saw that there was another game from this creator, we figured we would take a look. Now, haven't had a chance to play it yet, so this is literally just going to be an unboxing. Let's take a look at the contents and get some first impressions, and then we'll come back later when I've got enough that I think I can do a review on. So, before we do that, do make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and like the video if you enjoy it. Comment down below if you've played the game, if there's anything I should know about. But regardless, I try to put out a few different videos each week covering all sorts of tabletop gaming content, and I'd love for you to come along and see what I have to share. Now, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at Star Clicker. All right, so first off, we've got the box. It's actually a good-sized box, lots of good art, and basically the premise is you and a bunch of other kids are trying to defend your planet from an alien invasion while your parents are out of town, or galaxy, or solar system, as it were. So I actually really like the art. It definitely looks kind of like a kid. This is a cooperative, family-friendly game, so there is that. The back of the box is pretty simple. Shows your components, but doesn't really tell us a whole lot about the game. So, like I said, we were kind of just going off of the fact that we really like Colt Express, and we're hoping we get another win. So, let's see here. Okay, so as I'm moving things around in my infamously small work area, and you can see everything that still manages to get inside the camera. All right, so the box, this is kind of interesting. It's like half full. So, and then kind of interesting that the cover of the rulebook doesn't have the art for the game. That's odd. But we do have a comic, which is interesting. So we see parents taking off, saying goodbye to the kids. Not sure why they're leaving a bunch of, I'm going to say at least 12-year-olds alone on the planet. Aliens notice this and decide to attack, and the kids decide to, get in the ships and go defend them. All right. Really, really fun art. I will give them that. It is also kind of common when you have games going to international markets, they won't necessarily put text in there. So I would like to know the text, but, that's fine. You can interpret it all pretty well. All right, then we have a list of contents, instructions on building the dashboards. So I believe that's why the box is like half empty, so that way you can put everything back in the box and not have to take it apart. They did a similar thing with Colt Express, although it did also have little dividers to keep the train cars in. So there is that. Then we've got the rules of the game, goal of the game, so from what I can see, is it seems sort of like a Space Invaders kind of game, but on a board game. So that could be interesting. All right, baggies. Again, you all know my love of game companies providing baggies. All right, we've got the board. It is single-sided, and obviously this is the infamously small work table, so we will do our best to show it off. We've got our planet. We've got a grid. We've got basically alien invasion points all around the board. As you can see, there's 3 on each side. And then there's a colored spot, which I'm assuming is for the player. Similar kind of setup on the other side, or other half of the board. Alright. Got a bunch of tokens. Now this is thick. This is probably double the thickness of what I would usually expect for cardboard. Now, they recommend the game for 8 and up, so I'm guessing that the thicker cardboard is probably so that smaller hands are easier to grasp. But I also like that because that's going to be better for people with some disabilities, maybe some older people, to still be able to get in and play the game. I know my parents, they're in their 80s, and so sometimes when we're playing games, it's not so great with thinner and smaller tokens. But overall, the art, the design looks good on those, nice and clean. The punch looks like it's good and clean all the way through. All right, so that's that layer, but we've got... Okay, now that's fun. That's just the bottom of the box. All right, so the rest of the cardboard. This, I know I'm not quite... Let's change the focus a little bit. There we go. So this looks more... This is more like regular thickness cardboard. So, obviously it's going to... It's going to have the same kind of effect, but then... Now this is kind of fun. These look like Nintendo cartridges. So I'm not quite sure what all of these components are for. But they are double-sided, nice and clean. Yeah, I mean... Looks like it'll be fun. Just need to figure out... I'm guessing these are... So Colt Express was a programming game of a train heist. So I'm going to assume that this is going to be kind of similar in that it's probably programming related. These look like tokens for marking when you stop one of the alien sections. And then we have the different control boards. So basically these are the same, just different colors. Whoop. Not really double-sided, although kind of. But that's mostly because, you're not going to be flipping them over during the game. So this is a little touch that I just noticed. You've got the parents and the kids on each of the dashboards. So, like when a pilot puts a picture of the girlfriend up in the cockpit. So that was a fun little ad. And then some bad guy stuff. Other parts for building the little dashboards. Alright, now with the alien, they do mention that there are 4 different levels or difficulties. So each of these does seem to be showing a different configuration where you're going from lower to higher, or higher difficulty to game over. So it kind of has a video game feel. So interesting. I was not expecting, I didn't really read over the description, talking about how it's the kids that are trying to defend the planet. So I think it's an interesting design choice, especially because lately I've been adding to the collection of games that can be played with smaller people. Uh, so that's actually good. I'm glad that I have something that is geared for a smaller group. And again, it looks like it's well designed, well put together. And so now we just need to assemble it and play it. The one downside I will give it is that it is only good for up to 4 players. Colt Express did support 6 initially, and I believe they actually increased it up to 8 later on. So I understand that the more players you add, the more complexity that they give to the game. But 5 to 6 players, I think, should be normal for a game, just because you want to invite friends or family members, and then it limits which games you can play. So I would have liked a few more players, but I'll obviously have to play the game and kind of see how it plays with those players to give you a better idea. But overall, it looks fun, and I'm really excited to give it a try. So, like I said, what do you think? Have you played Star Clicker? Have you played Colt Express? What did you think of just the first impression? Otherwise, thanks for watching. Go ahead and give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.